She's a bad mamma jamma.
Miss Wheezy, how are you?
Well, hola, mi familia.
Hola, mamacita.
Well, have I told you lately just how proud I am of mis niños?
Yes, you have. But I don't get tired of it, honestly.
No,
Ramona probably does.
No, I
I'm
don't.
telling you, if you missed Matt and Ramona's Wine Wednesday party last week at Aquavina, then you missed a good time.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a
We
good
were
time.
representing.
That's right. And Wheezy had her little stand set up to sell her best of wide world of Wheezy CDs.
But Matt, those $300 jeans were worth every penny.
Oh, thank you, Wheezy.
Oh, my God.
So that was your hand, huh?
I just have one question.
Yeah.
Did you have biscuits stuffed in your back pockets, or was that all you?
It was all me, baby. All me.
Biscuits.
Well, I'm telling you,
I've been called biscuit ass before.
those jeans were giving my pale baby some back. and Cougars, you missed a tasty treat. Our very own Matt Man was bringing the Cougar heat.
Ew.
I'm getting warm right now.
Well, what is the brand name of those jeans?
What is the brand name of
Are they
it?
True Religion?
True Religion. True Religion.
Oh, it make me lose my religion. Well,
Are you uncomfortable, Ramona?
Yes, very.
Well, some women, even some happily married women, were thanking God for the view. and there were even a few pantsuit girls checking him out, too.
Oh, wow. I'm turning them great.
It was like Rosie McDonald meeting Tom Cruise for the very first time. Well, why aren't the pictures on the website?
They're on their way, but I don't know. I don't know if I've been censored. My buttocks has been censored.
Oh. Because one radio executive suggested before and after photos, one picture of you in your expensive jeans and the other of you before you even put them on. Now that's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
He was selling the show any way he could. Way to go, Matt Man.
Thank you, Wheezy. I was trying to help you, trying to get your engine rolling.
Well, I think we showed those stuffy radio executives a really good time.
I know you did. You were holding court like a queen over in the corner.
I was trying to do my part.
Yeah, I know you did great.
Well, now that you've missed the party of the year, you've got just one option for fun. Do you know what that is?
I'm guessing it's Loft 1523
Loft
Cocktail Lounge.
1523 Cocktail Lounge. For art, sophistication, and the most spectacular view of Charlotte skyline, go to Loft 1523 Cocktail Lounge.
Nice.
Now, today's joke was sent to me by Dennis Lindy of Charlotte.
He was at our party.
He was at the party, yes. A loyal listener. Matt Man was headed home when his car broke down on a very dark road in the middle of a violent storm.
Oh, no, I'm scared.
The storm was so strong he could barely see a few feet in front of him. After hours of waiting for help, he spotted a car slowly coming towards him. When it stopped, Matt Man, desperate for shelter, hopped in the passenger seat and shut the door. That's when he realized there was no one behind the wheel and the engine wasn't even on.
Oh, no.
The car moved slowly toward a curb. Scared, Matt Man started to cry and pray. Then, just before hitting the curb, a hand appeared through the driver's side window and turned the wheel.
Wow.
Matt Man was paralyzed with terror as he watched the hand repeatedly come through the window.
Wow.
Then he spotted some lights down the road. He leapt from the spooky car and ran. Winding up at a pub, he rushed inside and started telling everyone about his horribly creepy experience. A silence fell over the crowd when they finally realized he wasn't crying and wasn't drunk this time. Just then, Bandy and Ramona walked into the pub. Just like Matt Man, they were wet and out of breath. Looking around and seeing Matt Man sobbing at the bar, Bandy said, Look, Ramona, there's that bleeping idiot who got in the car while we were pushing it.
That does sound very Matt
Yeah,
Manish.
that's good stuff. Oh, that's nice.
Well, thanks for the joke, Dennis. Keep sending them to me at worldandwheezy.com, the official website of America's #1 Cougar.
Right.
My site was lovingly created by Christian Cougar meet David Roman. Now, our lesson this week is how to turn an ordinary date night into a great night.
Nice.
Lots of couples try to keep the romance alive by scheduling a date night.
Sure.
Unfortunately, lots of times they wind up going to dinner at the same old restaurant or staring blankly at a TV screen. Well, it's time to make that date night Cougarlicious and bring back the fun and romance. Now, you can start by telling your partner that this date night is going to be a play date, a role play date. Take your adventure to an art museum. One of you plays the starving artist who will do just about anything to sell your first painting. The other can be the rich, sexy art collector.
Nice.
Pretend to be horny strangers meeting for the first time as you seductively paw the produce at the grocery store.
No, don't do that.
Don't do that. I like that one. I like that one.
Any trip to the land of make-believe can be a very steamy experience when Mr. McFeely uses his imagination to turn his ferocious cougar into a tender meow, meow, pussycat, meow, meow.
This is getting creepier by the moment.
Well, make date night a make-a-wish night. Grant your partner one sexual wish. If you know you married a freak, you may have to modify the request for health and safety reasons.
Health and safety.
But no animals or people should be harmed in the granting of your wish.
Do not elaborate.
And cougarify your bedroom.
Oh, what's that mean?
Toss the bland sheets and wrap your mattress in satin. Swap your regular energy-efficient light bulb for a colored light bulb.
Ooh.
Drag out the Christmas lights and drape a few strands over the headboard. Show Santa just how much fun it can be to get ho-ho-hoey during the off-season. Now, prepare a bedside gift basket.
Oh, okay.
Till it was ready to use toys. The key words there are ready to use. It kills the mood when you have to stop the action to go kill the germs on your marital aid.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Oh, my gosh.
And while we're on the subject of killing germs, date night will probably end on a much sexier note if it starts on a much cleaner note. Treat your body like you did when you first met your hubby or wife. Pay special attention to making sure your playground looks and smells clean. You wouldn't want your child body surfing on a sea of dirty balls at Chuck E. Cheese. Well, the same philosophy should apply to their mom.
Oh, my gosh.
Dress up. You should even overdress for the occasion. Make it look like you're on your first date. Fellas, put out the dress pants and a nice shirt. And even if you're just going to a casual restaurant. And ladies, put on a dress and some sexy high heels and keep those heels on all night long.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and a growl at the end.
Now, make it a night in. Rent a sexy movie that puts both of you in the mood.
Good idea.
Suggest a reenactment of the action on the screen.
Oh.
Just as long as you're flexible enough to pull it off. Now, know your physical limitations before you try something crazy. Because sex injuries don't get priority in the emergency room. And if you decide to go out for dinner, don't just sit there like you've been taken hostage. Talk, laugh, and throw in some dirty talk. Use your sexy voice to ask him to pass the butter. Try it, Ramona. Say, hey, baby, would you pass the butter so I can let it melt all over my muffin?
No, I'm not going to try it.
Ramona?
Come on, she's trying to
No,
teach you.
no,
Come
I
on,
don't want
Ramona.
to.
Come on.
No, I'm not going to.
Well,
That's why you're single, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess that's it.
Prude.
well, how about this, fellas? If you're enjoying the meal, tell her about it in your deepest, sexiest voice.
Okay.
Talk lower and slower than you usually do. Doc, say this, Doc.
Okay.
Oh, this shrimp is so juicy and succulent.
Oh, baby, this shrimp is so juicy and succulent.
Nobody can resist that,
Oh, yeah. No. You'll get some emails now. Good advice.
right? Let every sip, chew, and bite send your lover a message. What should that message be? I'm hungry for love.
Okay, you're over growling today.
Now, play sneak a peek. Sneak a feel. During your date, find discreet ways to flash your man. You don't have to be as raunchy as Britney Spears when you play sneak a peek. Flash him some sexy lingerie. Now, the sneak a feel game requires a lot of accidentally on purpose body contact.
Oh.
Fellas, brush your hand across her bottom when you're reaching for the door. Ladies, let your floppies lead the way. Theaters are perfect for sneak a feel. Pick a seat in the back and get super bad during the game plan. But don't let the action get too nasty. An occasional wandering hand is fine. Just make sure your Harry Potter stays covered until you get home. Now, this World of Wheezy segment has been brought to you by Loft 1523 Cocktail Lounge. For art, sophistication, and the most spectacular view of the city skyline, go to Loft 1523 for details. And America's favorite cougar appears exclusively on the Matt and Ramona Show.
Wow.
I'll talk to you next week.
Wow.
Until then, keep growling and prowling. Adios.
Later, Wheezy. Ramona's
Wow.
mom, this in the dirt. She's a bad mamma jamma.